Hello, my friends. Um, so I know that when we did distance learning in the spring, I would sometimes do videos. And I thought that for this story that you're going to be reading, Pixar tells a story, or how Pixar tells a story, it might be nice to be able to follow along as someone reads so that you can practice, and so that also you can hear the words and maybe improve your listening comprehension as well. So I'm providing this video so that you can have the opportunity to do that. So I'm going to start off right at paragraph 1 and read through. Have you seen the movie Coco? Do you love music like Miguel? What about Finding Nemo? Have you ever felt lost and afraid like Nemo did in the ocean? Did you watch The Incredibles? A movie about a family of superheroes with your own family? Which of their superpowers would you want to have? These movies may seem different, but they actually share a lot in common. For starters, they were all made by an animation studio called Pixar. Since 1995, Pixar has been working hard to bring stories to kids just like you. But they're not just for kids. Adults also love Pixar movies. How can one studio make movies that everyone loves? The secret. Pixar tells stories that audiences of all ages and backgrounds can connect with. Pixar movies aren't just about silly characters like Crush the Sea Turtle. They're more than just amazing action scenes like in The Incredibles and beautiful animation like in Coco. The most important part of any Pixar movie is the story itself. The next section is great storytelling is hard work. The writers at Pixar spend a long time developing the story for each film. Sometimes they work on a story for over a year. Why do the writers spend so much time on a story? Because they know that a movie with a good story will connect with more people all over the world. Storytelling is an art and a skill. Pixar creators know this. They have put a lot of time and thought into what makes a great story. One Pixar storyboard artist named Emma Coates created a list called the 22 Rules of Storytelling according to Pixar. These are the rules that all Pixar stories must follow in order to be called a good story. One rule is that you admire a character for trying more than for their successes. In Finding Dory, Dory isn't a perfect character. She finds it hard to remember things. She makes goofy mistakes, like waking up a giant squid. But Dory never stops trying to find her parents. This makes her the hero of her story. If you have ever tried hard for something, you can relate to Dory. Her feelings remind you of your own experiences, even though you're not a fish. Here's another rule that Pixar creators think about. What is your character good at, comfortable with? Throw the polar opposite at them. Challenge them. How do they deal? In the movie Toy Story, Woody is very good at being in charge of the other toys, but he isn't good at sharing attention with Andy's new toy, Buzz Lightyear. Woody feels like Buzz is the polar opposite of him. He feels jealous and lonely when Buzz begins to replace him as Andy's favorite toy. This conflict is the heart of Toy Story. If you've ever felt jealous or left out, you can understand what Woody goes through. The next section is great storytelling connects us. Why are the stories that Pixar tells so important? The director of Up and Monsters, Inc., Pete Docter, has this to say. What you're trying to do when you tell a story is to write about an event in your life that made you feel some particular way. And what you're trying to do when you tell a story is to get the audience to have that same feeling. Feelings of anger, fear, sadness, joy, and love are universal. Everybody, no matter how old, how young, where they grew up, if they are a boy or a girl, feels emotion. In this way, Pixar's stories have the power to show audience members that we are more alike than different because we can connect with the characters' emotions. We can connect with each other. The stories that Pixar tells are very creative. They tell stories about friendly monsters, space traveling robots, talking cars, and balloon propelled houses. No two movies are the same, but the stories, and more importantly, the feelings in each, are universal. Even though we've never traveled the ocean with Dory, fought evil villains with the Incredibles, or played a guitar with Miguel, the power of these stories inspires us. They push us to better understand each other and to seek out our own adventures. Nice job listening, kids.